Welcome to Go Live TV, the future in your hands. The only multicultural IPTV station that brings communities together. Over 2.7 million people have already watched. Go Live TV, anytime, anywhere.
走出心灵的阴霾，活出生命的色彩，别让青春再期待，改造每一个现在。走出心灵的阴霾，活出生命的色彩，别让青春。
Hello, thank you everyone. Go Live, Dolce di Soleil program Tuesday, 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock every week. I'm very glad that our episode for George Leslie Mackay has come back, episode 2. Last time we were talking about how much contribution he has done in Taiwan, between Canada and Taiwan. He was the first missionary, was in Taiwan, landed in Taiwan, so many hundreds of years back, right? 大家好，我是 Elsa， 今天是我们 Go Live Dolce di Soleil 魅力试射第2集马街专辑的播出。今天我特别想要做一个专辑，就是 Home Sweet Home. Today our episode is about Home Sweet Home. And this Home Sweet Home is between Canada, Oxford County, and also Taiwan, Taipei. I hope you enjoy. Before we start our program, let me introduce our 2 guests again from last time. Here's Michael, you want to say hi to our audience in Chinese this time? 大家好, your mic? Okay, this is the Canadian Mackay Committee and Reverend Michael Stanton. He's the founder of the committee. And then we also welcome my uncle, right? Edward Chan. He's the co-chair of the Canadian Mackay Committee. Do you want to say hi to our audience?
Hello, hi everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, it's glad to be here today again.
Never enough. You know why? Because I'm so touched by this episode, and this is going to be probably 1, 2, at least 3 or 4 episodes in a row, because Mackay is a person that we should know. Last time we actually talked about who is Mackay. Now today we are talking about Home Sweet Home. We actually made a special trip a few days back to Oxford County. That was a windy day, but my heart was filled with joy and knowledge, information that I can't wait to share with everyone. 上个礼拜五呢，我们开车大概来来回回有5个钟头啊，到了 Oxford County。这是一个非常美丽的地方，不是只有它的风景，是它的人文，是它所散播出来的爱。所以我一定要借着我们的 Go Live 魅力试射，把这个充满魅力的东西一定要带给大家。Before we start our sharing, I would like to share a lot of photos from last time that we couldn't have time to finish. So let's go through it one by one. Okay, so now, Michael and then Uncle, now can you share us, tell us what about all this? Who is that? Margaret, right? Can you use your mic?
Yeah, the granddaughter of George Leslie Mackay.
Granddaughter, how old is she now? She's in Toronto.
She live in a retirement home.
Retirement home.
In Toronto.
Right.
Yeah, this year she is 102.
102.
102.
Right.
Yes.
Long life, Margaret.
Yeah, she's the third generation.
Yeah.
Third generation, right? I feel so close to her, and I have met her myself many years back with my mom. I'm going to surprise you guys. Okay, let's go to the next picture. Yes. Okay. Is there anyone that we should know? Oh, this is my uncle, right?
Yeah, that's me.
Yes.
Yeah. And this one is John Ross Mackay. John Ross Mackay is the George Leslie Mackay grandson.
Grandson.
Yeah, 孙子.
孙子
Yeah,
，OK，
yeah,
孙子 OK，
yeah.
这个是马凯牧师的孙子，
第三代
Yeah.
这是他的女儿，
That's Makai's daughter.
不是
哦，是他的女儿。
John Ross 的
哦
daughter.
OK.
And the son-in-law.
Oh, son-in-law. Okay, great. Next one. This is a family full of blessing. Okay, so how about here, Michael? Do you recognize? Do you know this place?
This is
You may want to turn around if you want.
this is the park in the village of Embro in Oxford County, and this is at the unveiling of the Ontario historical plaque commemorating George Leslie Mackay. The man speaking at the microphone was the first co-chair of the Canada Mackay Committee, Reverend Danny Huang, at that time the minister of Taiwanese United Church in Toronto.
Oh, wow. Okay, when you say four, this is where the four plaques are?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
We went there.
Yes.
That's
OK，
right.
这张相片呢，后面有4个竖立的牌子，其实让我非常的惊讶，因为我们礼拜五上个礼拜才去的啊。然后呢，4个牌子上面有英文、中文、台语，还有法文，非常的清楚。我们后面可以看到。好 ，next picture. Wow, this is Margaret, I guess, right?
That's Margaret.
This is Margaret, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
There's the plaque, one of the plaque, right? Is that?
Yeah, that's
Yes,
one
that's
of them.
That's one of them
English side,
in
yeah.
English.
Yeah.
In English. Okay, next one, please. Okay, I have to explain this. Give me the chance to explain this. Last Friday, we were here. This is the theater where they play this Kai the Barbarian, the musical, which is something that I really want to share today because Dolce di Soleil is a music program. We want to bring out the positive energy via music. And this is the one. That show was played back in 2018. Okay, 2018. March. Which day exactly?
They hold about 10 shows. So in about 2 weeks.
In about 2 weeks,
Yeah.
About 2 weeks. Okay, 大概有10集哦。听说每一集都是爆满的
Yes.
而且在当地非常的轰动。I heard that there's a lot of Taiwanese group coming over by bus.
Yeah, that's right. I invite all Chinese people from Toronto, and then we hire a bus and go there.
Right,
Yeah, that's
okay.
right.
好，这个我们今天我们的演员都会在我们的这个第2段啊。Now here's Andy, Bill, Edward, and also the other producer. Don. Okay, because we were there on Friday. We drove there. It was such a pleasure to meet them. Okay, next one. Yes, that's the play. They had only 6 weeks. And had a wonderful play, right? 6 weeks. Okay, that's a choir. Okay, let's try the next one. See, this is the plaque. 这个是一个中文的那边那个是英文的。You see, he was born in 1844, and then passed away in 1901. Okay, next one. This is the Chinese one. Yeah, Chinese one. See, I see the Taiwan here. It's so amazing to see the Chinese plaque standing there in Canada. Okay, next one. That's me in the theater. I hope it's a nice picture of me. Okay, next one. Okay, here the one behind me is the fake Mackay. That's the main actor, right? And that's the screenwriter Bill Butt and me. Okay, next one. Now here's another producer, Don, and also this is the director of the play. Next one. Okay, this is the theater. It's a very nice building. This is the theater. That's where the play was performed. Okay, next one. Yeah, okay, now we were there in the museum. Yeah,
we were in the Woodstock Museum, and they have a very special show. That's they routinely show the famous people in Oxford County. So this one is showing the Mackay stuff he brought back from Taiwan.
Those are very, very precious. And even when I was in Taiwan, I didn't see them that often.
Oh no.
Yeah, and then they brought back from Taiwan from such a long way.
Do you know what it is?
No, can you tell our audience?
This your what that? 枕头.
枕头, okay, pillow.
Yeah, that pillow. That's right. But it's made by wood.
It's very hard, right? Okay. Next one. Here is the okay.
It's a courthouse. You know, of the not a courthouse. It's a town hall. Town council, yeah.
Town council.
Yeah, and then special moment is Mackay was here, and
there's a story. There's a story here. We will be talking about in our next episode. We will be talking about head tax, and that's happening around here. Okay, let's leave it for next time. But today we only see the pictures. We have a vision how it was like. Okay, next one. Yeah, this is outside. That's the
Woodstock Museum.
The Woodstock Museum where we saw those stuff brought back from Taiwan. Okay, next one. Yeah, that's the same thing.
Another view.
Another view, another angle. Okay, next one from the side is actually quite large. Quite large. Okay, quite big the building is. Yeah, this is all the... I noticed that Woodstock has a lot of music instruments, especially piano, built back then, right? Every museum we go, we saw so many piano.
Yeah,
right.
That's right.
我们的观众朋友啊，上个周我们到了这个 Woodstock， 他们这个地方是当时出产了很多很多的钢琴，所以这非常吸引我的眼球。那么大家有空的话，应该到这个Oxford County 走一走，有很多历史可以看。Okay, let's try next one. This is the fan. Okay, very fragile. You can see the painting, the Chinese painting, belong to Mackay. Okay, beautiful. Very fine with flower and bird. And this is from the Beachville.
Beachville, yeah, museum.
Museum, yes. Yeah. Stephanie,
that's right.
Yeah, let's give the credit to Stephanie. And then we are going to introduce more again next week, okay? Next one. Yes, this is another piano. It's still looking pretty nice and very antique looking, very artistic. Okay, next one. This is, okay, the statue I really, really like very much. It's standing very tall. Look at the beards. Okay, look at the beards. We can see all this little thing. 有一个小牛，还有一个这个
拔牙齿，
这是我最喜欢的故事哈。还有这个小木屋 ，right? OK， 这些藏在这个里面，还有一些小小的这些 pattern inside his beards. That's why he's got the Kai the Barbarian. OK, next one. Wow. OK, this is Mackay, right?
Mackay's museum in Taiwan.
马街在他的研究室，在他的书房。
马街在他的书房这里。OK, next one. 这个是在哪里？我没有看到这个。
这个是在淡水。
在淡水，台湾。
在台湾啊，这个 location 就是说马街那个1872年从那个坐船，然后在淡水登陆的地点，然后现在在淡水区公所把它做一个 statue， 然后一个纪念的地方，就是他登陆的地方。
OK， 他这样在淡水1872年，那已经好久了哈，这是一个非常非常纪念的一个statue 在这边。好 ，Let's try next one。我最喜欢这张相片哈，大家我要特别站起来指给大家看一下。I love this one. Look at this person. What he's trying to do, right? It's a dental help, dental service, right? So he does so much. 而且那个时候是没有麻醉。At that time, he's. I want to know this picture. Does it mean all these people lining up for the dental service?
这是他的在下面有写，就是布兰那个礼拜堂。
这个是一个礼拜堂，1893年 ，yes。
是在今天的宜兰，这些不是华人，这是那个平埔族，台湾的那个原住民。他们叫噶玛兰族。
OK。
他们不是华人，所以马街他会巡回，设立这些小礼拜堂啊。
对，那个时候这个五暖是什么意思？
就是当时
一个地名 the name of the place.
不乱，
无乱
大概就是格马兰族语，不乱。
OK， 我想起来了，这个相片有讲到说，马街在帮人家拔牙齿，然后做礼拜，做完礼拜就开始拔牙齿，所以它是一个连锁的一个事工哈。
Yeah, this took in 1893.
Yeah, 1893年。好，听说他那时候我们上一集有讲到，马街一年拔了大概3万4万，那真的是很多，每天都要拔，好像。
在一生呢，他的在台湾的一生，27年、28年，
拔了那么多的牙齿，太好玩了。Okay, next one. Okay, here's another picture of Margaret. Okay, we will, there was a gathering. Yeah.
So this picture shows, the students, the descendant of the Mackay students. So here, this is me. My grandfather is the student of Mackay. And then Sophia,
right.
His grandfather is a student of Mackay, study in Oxford County, Tamsui. So we get together and celebrate.
Okay, great. Okay, next one. Okay, this is Minnie. Okay, Mackay's wife, a Taiwanese wife, Minnie Zhang, right? Zhang Congming.
And this was taken in Southampton on Lake Huron, Ontario, in 1881.
Southampton.
On the shore of Lake Huron.
Wow.
他们巡回拜访教会，
Wow.
到那边做一个，就给他拍照。
啊，那个时候他来这边，就在这个安大略省这个 Southampton 这边来这边巡回哈。好 ，next one. Yeah, this is that's the show. It was March 21st to 24th. Okay, March 25th to 31st. That was in 2018. That's the show and the statue. Okay, next one. Yeah, 这个是在哪里? Where's about? This is in time.
This gravestone erected in Tamsui, Danjiang Zhongxue. Yeah, where Mackay are buried. So this one of them shows Mackay's grand 第三代就是
Okay, yeah, the third generation.
Third generation.
Right.
Yeah.
How?
So they put their names here.
Okay, let's try next one. Yeah, here's some kind of memory of Mackay as well. Okay, next one. Okay,
这是他盖的房子，他的家
在淡水吗？在淡水，他自己盖的房子。
他那边盖了2个房子，2个都一样。
啊，
一个是他要住，另外一个是给另外一个传教士住。
I see. Okay. Wow, that's beautiful.
自己设计的，1977年做的。
OK. 1877年，哇！
他把它漆成白色，所以大家给他称一个名字叫做小白宫。
啊，白色，所以说 it's a little white house.
Yeah, that's
because
right.
the color in white, it's quite nice back then, right? Okay, next one. Okay, here's Mackay and all his students.
Yeah.
Okay, next one.
Which one is your grandfather?
Yeah, over there, number 1.
This is your grandfather.
No,
the one that the previous picture. Okay. Okay. So this is the stamp, 25-year anniversary.
Just the 100th anniversary of Mackay's death, and Taiwan issued a stamp on June 2nd, 2001. The 25 cents is the 25-cent stamp in Taiwan.
Ah, 25 cents.
$25.
That's a big misunderstanding. Okay, next episode we will also want to talk about another stamp coming. Okay, next one. Yeah, did you notice who is that?
Yeah,
you see how so many years back, right? My friend visited Margaret and Michael. We met then.
Well.
Yeah. So now when I look at the picture, oh my goodness.
Small world, huh?
Yeah. Back then we already met, right? It's a small world. Okay, next one. Yes. Okay. Here's another one. See, Michael, you were sitting right beside my mother. Yes. Okay. Next one. Okay. Now we are going to stop here. Talking about Mackay, so many people remember him. And And we want to pass on generation by generation. Today, our online guest, I would like to invite the former principal of Tamcon Middle School. Yes, let's welcome Elba.
Welcome to Go Live TV, the future in your hands. The only multicultural IPTV station that brings communities together. Over 2.7 million people have already watched. Go Live TV, anytime, anywhere.
Okay, since our principal Albert that he may be with some online issues, so maybe we will postpone to next episode. But instead, we are going to enjoy a short video of Kai the Barbarian play. Let's enjoy the video.
Do you not feel a loving God must have wrought all this?
For the beauty of nature, of the day and of the night, hill and vale and tree and flower, sun and moon and stars alight, Christ our God to thee we raise, this our hymn of grateful praise.
Can you imagine such a musical produced only to be in memory of Makai? I would love to introduce our 3 online guests from the show. Okay. This show, okay, so now, Edward, can you tell us when you first saw the show back then, how was it like? So you were there. You may want to move your chair a little bit so we can see you better. Yes. Okay, during that show, you were there almost every show, and Michael, you were there too?
I was there once, yes.
Even he was a doctor, an actor too in the show.
You were playing the show, no?
In each act, they had someone play the role of the warden of Oxford County at that time. So each show they had a different person. It was a little bit role. You came on and said a few good words about Makai.
Okay, I'd like to know, okay, how did it start to have this idea to produce the show like this?
Okay, you know Bill, the screenwriter.
Screenwriter, yes.
Yeah, he is the member of Canadian Makai Committee. So we talk about this possibility to produce a film about Makai. And then we encourage him to do that. So he spent a few months in Taiwan and searched all the information about Makai. And then when he got back, and then he started write. So, you know, those are the details. So related to English, Taiwanese. So I involved in those translation as well because, you know, when Makai learned Taiwanese, he learned those Taiwanese from, we call cowboy, 放牛童.
牛仔,小牛仔,放牛童. Okay.
Yeah, so I have to translate that, you know, for his work. So, yeah, it's very successful, you know, when it started to show in 2018. Yeah, it's very successful. So many people in Oxford County, especially Ambro, everybody knows Makai now.
Wow, 上个礼拜五哈，我们就是为了这个秀，我特别跑了一趟，我们就到了这个 Oxford County。那么在走进这个剧院里面的时候，我的感觉就特别的不一样，因为我们本身是音乐人，然后用音乐来纪念，来传送一段爱的故事，我觉得是特别的不容易。这个里面交杂了很多人的努力跟汗水，还有我觉得在每一个演员里面呢，他能够借着这个马街的爱呢，能够提醒我们每一个人奉献的精神是怎么样。所以这一部 这部剧啊，这个舞台剧是非常非常的重要，我觉得在历史上非常重要的。我们希望把这个剧能够放到更多的地方。But today, I would love to, right now, I believe those three guests are ready to be online. Yes? Wow. Hi, hello. Wow, how come you all look different now? I cannot recognize. You could become more. So now, who is Bill? Bill, the screenwriter is in the center, right? Bill, right? Bill Butt. Yes, hi, Bill Butt. That's our screenwriter. Okay, who is Makai? Makai, the young guy. Okay, Andy. Okay, Parkson. Yes, Andy Parkson. Now, let's welcome our handsome director, Dan Rennie, right? Am I saying it correctly? Very good. Okay,
yeah,
you want to,
right.
Let's say hi to our audience one by one. Let's start with Ed.
Do you want me to try this in dialect?
Please.
All right, I'm going to apologize right now for the way this sounds, but
Okay.
this is the best I can do.
Right?
Jintaen hun gaojing yunin jai yiji shei nin yaojing woman.
Okay. How are you going to rate it? The end? The end?
Happy to see you and thank you for inviting us.
Yes, I understand. 谢谢你. Okay, now Bill, would you like to say hi to our Dolce di Soleil friends?
Yes, I would love to say hi, but I can't say it in any other language except English. I'm not as fluent as I really admire Mackay because he landed in Taiwan and spoke not a word of Taiwanese. And he determined that he was going to learn 100 characters every day until he could speak to people. And that's what he did. I don't know. He was a genius.
Wow, that many. It's true, right? Okay, now, Andy, you are the main role, okay, for Makai. So can you say hi to our audience?
I can say hi. Unlike Makai, I did not learn 100 characters a day, so I can just say thank you for having us.
Okay, you know what? Don't forget to send me your biography, your signature, okay, Makai? All right, so we have Michael here, we have Edward here. I'm sure this episode brings back a lot of memories. When I arrived at theater, I tried to remember back then the rehearsals, the preparation, the intention of this show. Michael just mentioned a little bit, and Edward also mentioned it was very successful. So, can you tell us how you bring all these people to Oxford County? How do we promote, how do we share people through the social media? What was happening in Oxford?
When you have a show in Oxford County and then involve the Oxford County, the tourism also involved in that promotion. So we got the promotion to Taiwanese community in Toronto. So when the times come, because they have every time they already full booked. So we only can choose to pick one day and then we go there. And so we hire a bus and then about 40, 50 people, and then with the bus load people and go there and watch. So it was very nice.
Actually, I'd like to know, Michael, do you remember the show was every day? No, it was there was a poster saying the dates, right?
It wasn't every day, but
it wasn't every day.
It went over a period of 10 days.
10 days, right. Okay. So can you tell us, because I'm sure that a lot of people after this day would like to go to Oxford County. Me too. Because when I come back, I was trying to, organize all the pictures. I'm sure there's a lot of places I would love to visit more, especially on Canada Day, because I saw the Pipers there, and then you have some celebration there, right? For 10 episodes, being so successful, Bill, how long did it take you to write the whole thing?
Well, I had a lot of help.
Okay.
When I was in Taiwan for several weeks, everybody, as soon as I said, "Oh, I'm from Oxford County in Canada," they said, "Mackay, Mackay,"
Wow.
and were
Wow.
very willing to help. So I was taken to places where he had worked, taken to his churches, talked to members of the churches, visited the places where he had stayed and where he traveled. Everybody was really helpful. So I couldn't have done it without the people in Taiwan. So it took some time, but if you grow up in Oxford County like I did, you already know something about Mackay. You know that he was famous in Taiwan. There aren't very many people from Oxford County who have become famous on the other side of the world. So I already knew something about Mackay, and he's very dramatic and energetic and forceful person. So he was a natural to put onto the stage. It was very much fun. And
Right. Okay. Now, Andy, when you first learned that you are going to, I'm not sure whether you applied for this role or you were picked. Or did it go through any an audition, like a director ed?
Andy was handpicked.
Yeah.
Andy was handpicked. He was the perfect person for the role.
Yeah? Why is that? Because of his character or because of his profession?
Well, no, I mean, he's a consummate professional. I know his work from when we both worked together at the Stratford Festival. I've seen his work since on many different stages in Ontario. And I personally know Andy because his wife and I are former classmates, and we're still very close. And so I was aware of Andy. We worked together in other companies, and he was just he's the perfect person for this.
Wow. Very nice, very nice. Now, okay, Michael, you were involved in this play. How did you feel? How did he do?
He did an amazing job. First of all, to contract a life of 30 years and a person who did so much into a play that was an hour and a half. Was it an hour and a half?
An hour and a half of the show, the play was an hour and a half.
Was not easy. And he found a perfect focus, the love between Mackay and Minnie, his wife.
Yes.
As a nice way to focus this play. The second thing is, it's a topic which most people would say, well, is this interesting? Some old dead missionary, But he made it come alive. He used very creative ways, very ancient creative ways of having a chorus. So you had the action on the stage, and then the people beside, with those masks, were the chorus, and they would comment on the action, reflecting various groups of people, whether it's the missionary committee or people in Oxford County or Taiwanese people. So that kind of back and forth between the chorus and the play kept it very lively. And it was really a creative telling of an amazing story, and he did a fantastic job.
Andy, before you actually decided to play this role, did you know a lot about Taiwan? I know probably you all know Taiwan, but how much you know Taiwan? For example, if I know Paris, Eiffel Tower, romantic, restaurant, the cafe. How much did you know about Taiwan back then when you first started this?
Very. I mean, much like you with describing Paris, you have a general idea, but certainly nothing specific. And then being able to work on this show, you as an actor, you need to sort of do some research and learn about where this is set and who these people are. And so that was really my first step into Taiwan and some of the history behind it. Yeah.
That's wonderful. 我觉得 I'm going to speak Chinese a little bit, okay? Because this is a Chinese show. So you have to, next lesson is to learn Chinese, okay? 因为这个秀，因为了马街，它在台湾 跟这个加拿大成了一个非常非常重要的桥梁。当然马街在台湾很多人都知道他，可是在加拿大现在我才知道说，哦，原来他是 he was from Oxford County. So whenever I mention about Oxford County, I had a memory of love, and that's very important for this county. That this trademark is almost like starting from Mackay. Do you agree?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Before this play, I would like to know, before this play, how many people in Oxford County knew about Mackay? And since when Mackay's name was mentioned all the time? You know, can someone tell me?
Can I say something?
Yes.
Okay. You know, Mackay committee, Canadian Mackay bill involved with us. So, you know, we start with the 2000. And then after that, every year, when the Oxford County, especially in Embro, they have hunting games every year on the July the 1st. So we go there and set up a booth and then introduce Mackay to everyone. They come to our booth. So year after year, we know, get more people, they know about Mackay. And then after this show, I mean the play in 2018, when we go there again, and then we mention Mackay, they say, oh, we know, we saw the play, we know Mackay, who is it?
Wow, you see how powerful this media and the musical show to tell a real story. But you know, I'm curious to answer one question. Before that play, people already knew about Mackay. Was that the reason they came to enjoy the play, or they learned about Mackay after they saw the play?
Well, in Embro, every year, especially in the summer season, many people from Taiwan or from Toronto, because they know about Mackay. So if you live in Embro and you see busloads and carloads of people from Taiwan coming to look at those historical plaques that you saw and the churches and Mackay's birthplace and the places where he grew up, everybody knows, because it's a little small town, and if a busload of people from Taiwan show up, everybody knows and wants to know why they're there. So yes, everybody knew about Mackay already. Something about him anyway.
How about the younger generation? Say Edward, maybe your student, whoever, the young generation nowadays. I know that on Friday when I was after the theater, I went to visit Woodstock Museum and Beachville Museum. They were all talking about Mackay and then the Taiwan. How about even younger generation? Say I would say middle school or elementary school.
Can I say?
Yeah.
Okay, you know, when we were Beachville Museum, did you remember we met a young generation, very young lady.
Right.
And then they came back from Taiwan. They visited Taiwan before.
Yes. Right.
So because the sisters schools, you know, connection, so they went there and stayed there for maybe few weeks and then come back here. So they have this kind of a cultural exchange
cultural
program.
Exchange, yes.
Yeah. So younger generation, if they involve in the this program, they know Taiwan, they know Mackay.
Yes, I'm sure through this play, after this play, you have a beautiful picture of Taiwan. Okay, so now let's talk about some technical stuff, like music stuff. Okay, because Dolce di Soleil is like a sweet son. Now, Ed, what is the most challenging part when you direct this play?
Well, it's just doing honor to the words of the playwright and to the words of the person, right? We're always trying to make sure that we're honoring that person and the life that person led. And just going back to kind of what you were talking about earlier, it's a big deal to condense someone's life into an hour and a half.
Yes.
And to condense those moments. And so I think the biggest challenge for myself as a director is to find a way of presenting the flow of that person's life in a meaningful way so that the audience gets to take a journey with us.
Okay. Yes.
And that can be challenging on a very small stage with very limited backstage area, with technical elements that maybe are not as slick as we would like them to have been. So we had to work in a more grassroots manner, a more community-minded manner, which I think is actually the perfect way to work with this script, because it is a community play.
Okay. Okay, how does, how about the city and the museum, where all the different organizations got involved and support this play, Andy?
Well, we certainly had a lot of great feedback from the community, from the town of Embro, the township of Oxford. People were excited to hear a story from their past and to talk about an Oxford boy that changed lives around the world. That for a lot of people, they didn't know who he was for a long time, and sort of to see how one person can transform so many people, I think was exciting and very compelling for them to watch.
How about after this play, do all the kids run after you, calling you Makai? I don't know why I had that impression. Honestly, I had that impression.
You just put the bears on.
Yeah. That's why I don't wear the beard, because then people, it just becomes a rock star, and I don't want to have to deal with that. So take the beard off, it goes away, and then it's like a secret identity. I can just be myself.
I see. Okay, Bill, you know what? Because I didn't see this play myself, okay? But I like to know, of course, there will be English, and I'm not sure whether there will be a Mandarin speaking and Taiwanese speaking. 3 languages? How many languages in this play?
Well, let's see. Besides English, we had Taiwanese. I think we had a bit of Mandarin.
Right.
We had some Gaelic, which was the Scottish language of Mackay's family. There was some French, I think, in there, because we had a scene in a war when France invaded Taiwan. And we had to bring in coaches to teach people the Taiwanese and the Gaelic. So it was a challenge. But we also had a screen to project a translation of what people were saying in the different languages. One of the great things about the story, it happens in different cultures around the world, and Mackay is the one who's involved in all of those.
I see. So, Edward, what took the longest time to do? Like, say, for example, maybe acting, maybe learning the song, learning the harmony, or the language. Did you hire someone to teach the language?
So we had music with the choir, and we had, because he knew most of these people that in the work, so that a little bit easier for to work with. And certainly the thing and the stage thing that's always, and then once you get to almost ready for production, once you start cutting in all the technical elements, so that you have a more complete what the show look like to an audience. That always takes time.
Okay, great. Okay, we are going to have a very, very short commercial. We come back very soon. Don't go away. Okay, we will be talking.
I just started my training, and I am Liuna.
Okay, we are back. Okay, can we have all the guests back again online? Yes. Now, we are in Toronto. So, how do we make this story broadcast? And, because I know Makai has done so much about head tags. I'm not sure whether this was also in the play somewhere. Was it, Bill?
We had to leave out so many things because Mackay achieved so much in his life. And that's one thing we left for Mackay too, the next play.
Our next play, okay. Very smart. Okay. So now, because all this museum, right, Marksford, from Mackay's family, with all this music and all this performance, I think I would like to know if there's any chance or any plan that you may come out from Oxford to share with maybe the town or maybe the city nearby you. Is anything under the planning?
Well,
yes.
the play had over 20 actors and singers in it, and it would be very difficult to get everybody together again. But we could maybe get some people together. It sounds like it would be a lot of fun.
You
can have air.
You can always get local people like me. Okay, like me, I'm here. Taiwanese.
Well, I think that would be that would have to be the way it would be done. If we were going to move the play to somewhere else, if Andy was available to play Mackay, then everybody else would have to be cast in the community that we were doing the play in, because that's what would make sense, right? As a community play.
Right.
So if we were going to do this in Taiwan, would again take Andy, but everyone else would be Taiwanese.
Oh, yes. I have to practice my Taiwanese. I promise. If you are going to do that, I'll practice my Taiwanese. Andy,
Me too.
Can you tell me what is the one of the songs that you remember the most and probably touch you? Because as a performer, a lot of times I sing this one, I may have tears. It may give me a really, really strong feeling, and that affects you and stay in your heart forever. Is there any such a song or any special part of the play that you can share with us?
Honestly, the one of the parts that really I was able to connect. Well, there were two. One was marrying Minnie, and that little scene with the actress of two different cultures coming together, and it was lovely with the actress who played Minnie, that you could sort of feel the connection happening in that moment of two people sort of coming together. What started as a bit of a teacher-student, and they sort of found a partnership, and that was quite lovely to experience with that actress. The other sounds a little macabre, but his death was at the end of his life, sort of reviewing and remembering what he's been through and how his story will live on, and the swelling of the music at the end was quite powerful. I felt. And I know some people in the audience were quite moved by it. Even my daughter, who came to see it, who was in tears by the end.
Wow.
So it was, it certainly was a powerful moment.
Wow. Okay, I would love to have this musical, part of the musical, to be added. Because I think our Peace Festival, International Peace Festival, is coming up in a few months. it would be great. It would be so great to have you talking about this love story. The love story in almost every aspect, not just love between, husband and wife, the love between generations, pass on to children, grandchildren, and many, many more. And love between people, contribution, devotion of love, and ongoing. Even now, even though he's already passed away, but still ongoing. We look at Michael. Michael, can you tell us a little bit about Canadian Mackay Committee? Why you are so determined, sharing this for so long in your lifetime?
Well, first of all, because I believe that Mackay is a very important historical character for Taiwan, which they already recognize in Taiwan, but also for Canada, not only because of the head tax. But of course, Mackay has pretty much been completely forgotten in Canada. So that's the first goal of the Canadian Mackay Committee, to revive the memory of George Leslie Mackay. Second, we feel George Leslie Mackay is a symbol. To different people, he symbolizes different things, and he can be relevant to contemporary Canadians in a different way than he was relevant as a 19th century missionary to Canadians then. And so in the Canadian Mackay Committee, we try to show how Mackay is relevant to Canada today, and not just as a historical character from a century ago. He's also important because he can be a bridge between Taiwan and Canada. So in his own person and in his contributions to Taiwan, symbolizing the fact that Taiwan and Canada have 150 years of friendship, which is longer than Canada and any other place in Asia.
Wow. 我们今天特别讲到这个马街哈，刚刚我们的那个麦克牧师已经讲到，为什么这个加拿大的马街协会，他们一直在致力于这个传扬马街的一个爱的精神。因为马街在台湾很多人还知道它，还有一个 in Taiwan we had a Mackay hospital, yeah, right? Okay, and as far as I know that the Mackay Hospital, they had very, very good service. My mother, whenever she went back to Taiwan, she always had her physical exam in Mackay. That is really giving a very, very good medical service to in memory of Mackay. 但是今天我们还要让加拿大的人知道，并且记得，并且去分享忘记已久的马街。它不是只有在上古时候的这个一个象征，在现在它的是一个它的精神的传扬，它是世世它的下一代，再下一代，再下一代，到它生长的地方，然后到它归根的地方。我觉得这个对世界的影响很大。I feel okay. I feel Mackay has a big impact and influence in this for this world. You look at what's happening right now. Looks all the violence, all the anger, all the hate, protest. We will be talking about head tax next episode. But we're looking at what's happening in Toronto, in different cities in USA, all the protests from COVID, whatever stress we have, emotional, financially, mentally. But Mackay has brought a totally different picture for that. He brought love. He tried to make peace from his family and to the human being. And I think this is very important. And this is what we are lacking nowadays. Really, really lacking. Because after Friday, I went to Oxford and my heart was full of love. Because I went to see the place Mackay was born, and from this, everything in my mind, everything I see is love. And Sunday we have a big protest. And then in that picture, we were talking about this, where he fought for the head tax, compared to what was happening On Sunday in Toronto, all the protest, human rights. And I think I didn't know that it could be related, it could be referred so many hundred years back. I really would like to talk about it. So, Bill, you promised next show is talking about head tags or maybe human rights. I just heard you. You are on TV. Can't go anywhere, okay? All right. Thank you very much. Today we have a wonderful show. We have all these 3 people from Oxford County sharing all these loving moments, loving stories with us. And next episode, we want to show the theater. We want to show more of the shows. And we want to share some information from the museum in Oxford County. We want to share a lot more about deeper into Makai's life. Thank you very much. And then I will see you, everyone. Thank you. Today we, Michael and Edward, Andy and Bill and Ed. We hope to see you soon again. 今天介绍了再次介绍了马街，我们介绍他的家乡，有台湾的淡水，还有这个加拿大的 Oxford County。我介绍他更深的东西，对我们加拿大更有影响的东西，而且是和我们现在发生的事情息息相关的。希望大家在下周。
走出心灵，活出生命的色彩。青春